Alright, hello again. Now we're going to talk about the difference between public and private IP addresses. You're probably wondering what that means. Well, public IP addresses are addresses that can route on the internet. Private ones cannot. We had to do this for a reason so we could have smaller networks, but we don't want the traffic accidentally get on the rest of the network. So the ranges we're talking about here are 10/8, or this range number here, 17.16.0.0/12, or save this to this, 192.168.0.0/16, or this to this. Any IP address in these ranges will not route on the internet. If you look at the IP address on your PC, or your PC at a coffee shop or something like that, the addresses will be in this range. These addresses are not going out on the internet. And we'll explain that later on. But right now you need to know there's a difference, and that they will not route. So this is a good thing to try. We'll let this thing go through. See, good fun just so you can remember these numbers. And I do mean you need to know these. You need to memorize these. It's important you do so. Loopback. Again, loopback is 127.0.0.1, which will loop back itself, ping itself, make sure that the protocols involved in itself are still functioning fine, which is very important. Link local. These are ones that are automatically put in if you have a problem connecting to your internet. So if your DHCP server doesn't work, or your at-home router is having trouble or something like that, or you just don't have one, these will automatically be configured by your computers for each other, themselves and each other. Very nice to have. This test.net right here. These ones you'll see in documentation sometime. Actually, in many cases, documentation they use the private ones simply because everybody's familiar with them, but you might see these. There's a few experimental ones here down here that you won't really see. Now, what we used to have, what they originally designed was something called classful addressing. We had certain blocks, this to this, and these were just default subnet mask ranges. This to this, default subnet mask range, and then this default subnet mask range. We don't do that anymore. And the reason we don't do that anymore is because we don't have enough IP addresses. That's why we're moving to IP version 6. So you go ahead and watch the video. I'll explain a little differently than what I have. But what we ended up doing was having a whole lot of extra. We had large chunks used, and they weren't being used very efficiently. So there was a lot of wastage. These are the organizations that control them in their areas, who has what IP addresses. They have authority in their zones to assign them. Again, it's not something that affects you because we have private and public. Public, ones go on the internet. Private, the one you set up. So our network at the school here is a private network. Your network at home, network at your school that you're watching this from, again, are private networks. The network that go next into another network which connects into the rest of the world using something called NATing, which we'll talk about later on, but that allows us to do this. Now, I'm going to leave off here, and I'm going to go 7.2 as its own video.